Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Marla, aka Miss Build Craftly. Today I'm going to bring you guys along as me and my friend built this large TV console with edited plans from Shanty to Chic. First, I went to my local hardware store and I found some beautiful maple plywood that was $55 a sheet, and I needed 2 sheets. And I had them cut them into strips that I could handle and fit in my Toyota Camry. After putting Craig holes in the bottom shelf, I attached them to the legs, which are also the sides of my cabinet, with pocket holes placed on the tops of the legs and the top, bottom, and front of the top of the interior walls. I attached the interior walls to the bottom of the console. After attaching the outer walls and the inner walls to the base of the console, it was now time to attach the front face. We also decided that this was a good time to bust out the hardware and see if it was actually going to fit this unit. And it did. So we proceeded as planned. After verifying that hardware was going to fit, we flipped over the console so that we could attach the front face to the Craig holes that were drilled on the front sides of the outer walls and the inner walls of the TV console. We also used some scrap wood to lift the bottom so that everything would be nice and flush. From this angle, you can see where we placed all of our pocket holes. The only pocket holes that you can't see are the ones that are attaching the legs to the bottom of the console. Now that we got these bones together, it's time to work on some trim work. After completing the trim around the base of the console, here we are working on each of the dividing shelves. With the majority of the trim work done, she's really starting to take shape. Here's us putting together the only static shelf on this unit. After we put it on, we'll put a trim piece on the front so everything will be nice and pretty. Here's the console after the static shelf was installed. It's this point right here where I really start to get excited because it is starting to really take shape. After completing the static shelf, I cut 2 pieces of wood to make the shelves for the inside of the side panels and began working on the doors. I was really determined to not have to buy another sheet of plywood, so I added extenders onto the plywood that I had to create the doors. And this will actually be worked into the design element of this piece, and I can't wait to show you how it does. And here are the 2 doors that will eventually land onto a barn door sliders once this unit is completed. As you can tell, I added a piece to the bottom and the top of each of the doors that will be worked into the design. After a lot of practice on a piece of scrap wood, we finally got our measurements down to hide the extensions of these doors with grooves. And you'll really notice it when the piece is done. After it's all stained, they came out so awesome. The horizontal detailing on the doors, I think, gives it a little bit more of a modern touch. Here's something that was funny that was not so funny at the time of construction. I had cut all my panels the same width and forgot that the top needed to be 1.5 inches wider than the base and the sides. So I cut a strip and added a decorative element to the middle. And it came out nice. I'll show you what it looks like later in the video. I also, for the first time, used edge banding to cover up all my edges on the pieces that were going to be stained. So the top and the doors have edge banding that I actually learned how to use and practiced for the first time. I will definitely be using this on all of my other plywood projects. Here's a closer look at the edge banding applied to the doors. I am embarrassed to say that I probably own almost every stain that is offered at Home Depot and Lowe's. However, While working on this project, I came across a stain color named Aged Beryl. It was so pretty, y'all. I had to get it. And this is how I came up with the color scheme for the console. So the Aged Beryl is the stain of the doors and the top, and the Snow White, I believe it's called, is the color of the base of the console. I laugh, y'all, because I really thought I was ready to get back to painting this console, but those of you that are big on protective gear probably realized that I didn't have my glasses on. The other funny thing is, if you've ever used a spray gun before, you know that it doesn't take long before you realize that paint is getting all in your eyes. Now that's better. And here she is, all painted up and stained up, ready to be assembled. The console is in its new home. The hardware I got off of Amazon for about 60 bucks. And the only thing that I would have preferred is had one rail, but it slides so smooth, just like butter, y'all. Earlier in the video, I indicated that I cut my top too short and had to extend the top. Well, here is the extension that I added to the top. It actually came out so nice. I love the little decorative part in the middle right there. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram at Miss Build Craftly. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. Thanks again. Take care.